JT Toppin.
Well, and Brazil did a pretty good job there. Made him turn back to that left shoulder, which is not what he prefers, but he got it in the basket. They're going to go Texas Tech to those two bigs all night long.
Knox, three. Hits it.
Right there, JT Toppin, and especially when he can get to that left hand in the paint.
Anderson got the assist. That stops a 9-0 Arkansas run. Richmond cross court. Knox will put up a three. Miss inside, back outside. Williams, three. Rebound Arkansas inside. Richmond's got the ball. He's a freshman from Memphis.
What a great block out by Booker Flynn.
What a shot.
Hawkins only has 1 point. Williams is struggling.
Yeah, to me, Williams is the guy. Without Chance McMillan, Williams is the guy who has the skill. Guy who can go create shots both for himself and his teammates. He's got to get going.
Knox will work by and put it down. Driving, lot of defense. Look at him collapse. Knocked away, got it. Shot clock at 4. Adu corner. Knox, three, good!
He's trying to challenge that three-point shot, and Brazil can shoot it. But I think in that situation, you get in front of him, and you force him to shoot that three.
Davis on the move into Hawkins. Driving here is Davis up and down.
That's his first field goal of the game.
Darian Williams with a great pass.
Adu on top. Knox has got it. Makes a move. Bumping into Anderson. Swatted away. That's
lucky, right?
Yeah.
You know, one thing we got to keep an eye on, and we've already seen this game being played well above the rim. Arkansas's number 4 in block shots. St. John's number 13. So getting things at the rim are going to be very interesting today.
And an early substitution for Pitino. He puts Big East Player of the Year R.J. Lewis on the bench and brings in freshman Ruben Prey as Knox. Another freshman extra pass, Ejiofor. And a steal by Knox. Smith trying to get back. Knox flies in and scores. Saw as R.J. Lewis continues to sit. Lewis, Richmond, and Scott. 3 of the top scorers for St. John's this year. A combined 4 for 27 today.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that R.J. Lewis is still out.
Knox spinning and scoring.
Through Dickinson. Interesting. Probably won't be doubled by Arkansas.
Donnell Davis, the transfer from Florida Atlantic. Great feed to try and force him away from finishing with his left hand, dipping his right shoulder. He can go both right and left inside. Offensively, the priority still play through Hunter Dickinson inside. He was effective in that first half. They don't want to get away from it here in the second, even with this pace.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. They have to go through Hunter Dickinson. They're at their best when he's touching the ball. And there's Knox with a nice...
By halftime, that would be a win. Padula, a clean look. And down with the rebound, Knox. Chris Beard's got to feel good about a 13-point lead without his third-team All-SEC guy, Sean Padula, having a big first half. Knox for 3. It goes, and that gets it down to...
After the lob to Dia. And Davis came right down the pipe at a 45-degree angle. Almost another turnover.
Knox got caught in the air, and they almost turn it over again. Now Knox for 3. Kind of a scrambling position. Arkansas's on a 30-11 run going back into the last couple of minutes of the first half. And doing it with 6 players. Knox for 3. As Nick Pringle has his first 2 points of the afternoon.
And Nick Pringle has played his best over the last 4 or 5 games. He has really been active in the paint and posting up. They have to make him more of a factor in this second half.
The Alabama transfer was a pretty big part of that team that went to the Final Four last year.
To paint a little bit more of your Arkansas.
Yeah, Adu has taken a couple of shots. He's got 5 rebounds as well, so he's been good on the glass. Wow, Karter knocks. That's the easiest deuce of the year. Adu, offensive board. Davis, not that time. Knox, that's good.
The effort.
Arguably the best free throw shooter in the league is perfect at the line. He's 6 for 6. And so he has got 9 now for the visitors. 1-point game again. Ivisic, that was a dangerous pass, but Karter converted.
over McLaughlin to just try to score.
Takeaway. Here's Knox against Hogard. And a reach-in foul on Hogard. First half against South Carolina. Another takeaway. Collision on the back end. Knox driving, counted again. Another three-point opportunity.
Terrific defender on Davis.
McLaughlin with 2 fouls. Ivasic misses. But how about...
Well, defiant L's, shall we say. I mean, big-time losses. Head to Knox. And a dunk. And a transition bucket for the Hawks. Everything that goes on. Steal by Adu. Shot clock is off. It'll be the second SEC win of the season for South Carolina. The second 3 goes down, this time from Knox.
I'm with you. Yes, we're in the South, baby. Southern boy sitting right here. No sir.
Let's see if they get it to Adu inside. They feel like that's a huge advantage for him. Knox pulls from 3. Why not? Stick with
hitters for Trey Johnson. I dislike him in the pick and roll because it gives so much attention, and the trap comes and makes him get the ball out of his hand. Quick hitters, he gets an opportunity to let it fly.
Here's Knox. Ball fake. Created a path to the rim.
We know they're a second half team. Continue to play the numbers. It's the analytics for them. They're going under the screens. Arkansas outside of Big Z not being able to knock down the 3. See what happens.
Both of these teams sitting on the bubble. They have identical overall and conference records. Knox got by Johnson and finagles it in. When they haven't been stopped going to the basket, I would continue to drive it all the way to the basket until Missouri could stop it.
Outlet, Arkansas with numbers. Knox going up top, and he throws it down. From Camden, New Jersey, had to shift over to the point with the injury to Boogie Fland. As Davis 3 off the mark, Big Z with the offensive board.
Blown coverage by Mizzou. Arkansas not able to make him pay.
Knox takes the bump, and they give him the basket plus the...
See if he can get this one back with a full head of steam.
Knox leans into one with 2 on him, and he hits the 3. What a...
This game in so many ways. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Really good defense.
Knox, the strong drive, and the runner goes.
Is coming at the free throw line. Good defense by Auburn. They're an excellent defensive team, along with being one of the top offensive teams in the country.
Errors against A&M for the Razorbacks.
11 straight points for Auburn. Open up a 7-point lead. It's largest of the game.
They got to come off these pin downs, looking to score.
On the handoff, Knox penetrates, hangs and finishes.
This action, there's always a threat off the catch and shoot.
Transfer from Georgia Tech. He was there 3 years before transferring here to Auburn. Shot clock inside at 10. Knox penetrates, hangs. Oh, what a shot off the window.
Trying to find a way to get Nelly Davis going. He's not a guy that's a creator off the dribble, but they have to run action for him. At times he can get lost in the offense.
Entry pass. Arkansas can tie with a 3. Wagner drives to the corner. Knox, and he hits it. We're all even at...
Hard work pays off. The #1 offensive rebounding rate in the country. In a turnover, they don't do that very often. Karter Knox, long step through, and the finish with the left.
Pearl, I can tell you who's probably more accessible. I think Pearl really likes the pregame speed. He does a good job with it.
5 early turnovers for Arkansas. Razorbacks didn't score between timeouts, allowing this 9-0 A&M run. Aggies playing some inspired defense. Hayden Hefner on the floor for the first time for Texas A&M. Number 2 in gray. Here's pull-up. Good by Karter Knox. He's got today. Texas needs to find some wins.
Wagner. Notice Adu skips it all the way into the corner. And the pull-up jumper is good. He kind of plays similarly to the rest of the Aggie team. They seem to be more of a second half than a first half team this year.
They're still waiting on the Aggies to play 40 minutes of great basketball. Easier said than done in the SEC, but other than the slow start in this game, I think they put together a really good first half.
And for all those warts, 19-5 and the 8th ranked team in the country. Double on Adu, gets it out for Knox and 3. And Karter Knox down by Henry Coleman. All 4 of his have come this half. A&M lead back to 5. Looking to get Nellie Davis a touch through the elevator. Hero skips it with 6 on the shot clock. 3-pointer good from Karter Knox. Team, that home game against Alabama, they had a late run and they closed the gap, but they just couldn't close the deal. And they have an opportunity here. Do they have enough gas in the tank?
They've got a big, athletic, unique lineup that can almost be a disadvantage for the A&M team to say, who are these guys? I've never seen all of them in the game at the same time.
Well, inbounded for Arkansas, he's 3 of 11 from the field. Knox has been the most efficient player for the Hogs today.
It looks like zone, but I think you still run your offensive man-to-man plays.
Nobody confuses the computers more than Buzz Williams and his defensive alignments. Everything that looks like a zone, he insists is man. Knox slices through for the bucket.
It's been something that's hindered Arkansas all season long. They got to get it shored up.
Collins high off the glass and a rebound to Arkansas as Knox is pushing the pace. Going one-on-one, and he will lay it in.
On the rim with the elevation on that slam.
Under a minute to play here at Arkansas in this first half. A little zone here by LSU.
Good change up, a good strategy to do it towards the end of the half.
Knox will step into one and nail the 3.
Good help.
Tipped away, and Arkansas gets it back. Knox with 2 hands throws it down.
Basket.
That one was a force and a half as Knox bailing out Arkansas.
Wagner directing traffic. Here's Nellie Davis. What a career he had at Florida Atlantic. Into the corner for Karter Knox, and he splashes it home.
This crowd, Jimmy, is off. Knox will try. He gets one to silence thumb surgery. Good backdoor move by Robinson. He can't get it to go. And they'll run it out to Knox. Touchdown pass from Richmond. How good has Ruby? It makes one 45-43, under a minute to go. If he sits back in with 1 foul. He will look to drive, and he had Robinson coming over to help. Knox contested 3. Oh, what a shot! Wagner having a terrific second half. Chandler the pull-up. Not enough. They're going to run out. Knox throws it down.
And over 10 on the shot clock. The 3 is no good. Bryson Goodine, and here comes Johnell Davis in the Hogs. Knox. Got it. And you got to love that. Here comes Oklahoma. They've got the numbers on the fast break. Layup no good.
Missed opportunity by Oklahoma in the last possession. Really good job getting into gaps against Arkansas. Open 3.
Karter Knox. That 3 by Moore is no good.
Had an open look, just not able to knock that one down. pace is starting to go a little bit up and down. Either team able to get the looks that they want. That's something. And Karter
somehow get it back. Contested three. Knox inside and a chance for three.
Arkansas searching. Fland had an opening. Steps into the mid-range. Boy, they're still cold. Yeah, there's Knox. They needed it. 15-3 start if they get the job done today, and a 4-1 SEC mark. Karter Knox read that pass, cleared for takeoff. Cruz trying to go to work on Fland, turns. Ivisic has it. 3:50 to go. Arkansas needs to turn the stops into points. Knox wants three, puts it up, and puts it in. That is a big one.
Bad shot. That leads to Arkansas in transition.
Givens could not finish at the rim. Jonas Adu was there to affect the shot. So Arkansas has got a good bit of size and length around the rim. That could be a factor today. Karter aggressive, hunting his shot.
Season when John Pelfrey was the head coach here, the Slobbering Hog went away. So I reached out to Pell today. I said, listen, man.
And Gearman is explosive to the rim. Ziegler shooting percentage at the rim about 15% higher than he was a year ago. Fland drives in the middle of the trees. He kicks it. Knox first three. That's good. Arkansas.
What's the slip?
Knox, who has been a good shooter, finally gets a three-pointer.
Deer that he kind of raised from a doe and hung out with his dogs, and this deer would just like hang out in this little cabin, like be on the sofa, like watching TV with the dogs. It's the craziest thing I've ever
inside and penetrate.
Knox, they leave him wide open, makes him pay. Ivisic in the corner. Launches a three, no good. Thero is there, back to Ivisic. Now to Knox, and he'll lay it up and in.
Cato, long three, left it short, rebound, Adu. Knox, couple of big steps to the rim, and a chance for a three. It's been such an odd first half for the Razorbacks over so many of their games. All 10 second halves, they've outscored their opponents. I know even against UTSA, it looked like a struggle. Things did not fall. And there's Thero has not scored, and Arkansas has put in 40. And there's Wagner with a corner three. Karter Knox will follow it in.
Win some battles in this game. They're not going to win the game, but they're going to gain confidence, and they're going to say, hey, I can shoot over a 7'2" guy, or I can do this or that against a McDonald's All-American. It's going to do nothing but bolster their confidence moving forward. I can promise you in the Arkansas film session, the tone's going to be a little bit different.
I would imagine so. There's the alley. Adu with the catch, but he'll pass out for Karter. Knox to come down the baseline.
By the way, for Justin Pippen, his second field goal. We told you he hasn't played very much. Second field goal, first 3 this year for the freshman. Knox with a 3. And you can guess which fan base is making the noise. How many times do you see a game with a 31-point swing? Not very often in college. Thero, Wolf on it. Boy, tough pass into traffic.
A hoist. We might have back-to-back shot clock violations.
Offense is struggling in this game. Testament to the tough defense being played on both ends, but let's see who can pick it up.
How about a knockdown?
There you go. Easy feed, and he's done an exceptional job.
Smith against Adu, another near turnover. In fact, it will be, I think. Hogs are going to run. Numbers are there. The bounce pass to Knox. 2 big steps. You score.
And the kick. It'll be back up for Knox off the fake. Finds the lane. He's denied off the miss. Yes.
First half for Thero. Taken away. Lob. And laying it in.
Staff, they're going to want to see what guys let off the gas pedal here and who can stay focused. Who can, while you're up, 30 points, who can stay.
8-0 run.
28-0. Not going to win a lot of games giving up 28-0 runs.
Size for the youngster.
Good shot, too.
%69% from the floor in this first half. Corner 3. Calipari's Hogs.
You gotta love that.
A swat from Trevin Brazil. Knox. The athleticism to even think about attempting that.
Nope. That's that's something you don't try at home.
Knox with the flush. Knox will load up and knocks down another.
Buckets.
Shooter's roll not there for Ivicic. Now there's
Hustle. But if you keep working at it.
Oh, he just took it away from Bellion. Thero is looking for Billy Richmond. Karter Knox sticks with it. A couple of days ago in that Troy game.
Little zone here by Little Rock on the baseline out of bounds. Arkansas had difficulty with the zone versus Baylor. Let's see if they can fix the problems that they had earlier in the year.
Little Rock also without several key players today. More on that in a moment. Thero with the shot clock winding. Back out to Knox. Passes up the 3. The leaner, that's good.
Again, I agree. He moves like him. He can shoot. He finishes well. Got that sneaky athleticism. Real shifty. I totally see the comparison.
There's Karter Knox. How about that step back and a triple from the corner. 5th in the last 3 years. Asman, he's just left so open he can't help to pull the trigger, but now Arkansas with a basketball and a 9-point lead.
Veteran John L. gonna slow it down. Smart play.
Feels like both of these teams breathing a little bit hard. We haven't had a ton of stoppages. Pace has picked up here in the last 8-10 minutes of gameplay.
A basket right here for Arkansas would be huge.
Butter! I'm trying to get involved.
Yes.
Hey!